righty. Richie Allen, Hall of Fame finally.
Dick Allen.
Richie to me. My first all-time favorite Philly.
Nice. What was that?
Huh?
What was your first time? Why was your favorite?
Because when he was playing, I was young. That was.
You had to see him to appreciate him.
I saw him.
No ball ever, I know.
I saw him at Connie Mack.
No ball ever left the stadium faster.
Yeah, I saw him at Connie Mack.
Hey, Vic, with Cooper, when you have a game like that with a veteran receiver, how much do you think that helps him moving forward?
Oh, every game's a learning experience. Every play you see is a learning experience, and he'll be better for it.
When you look at this upcoming game against the Steelers, you got Russell Wilson, veteran quarterback who's still pretty mobile as well too. How do you balance trying to put pressure on him while trying to also protect him from picking apart like zones or what have you?
What was the last part?
Or how do you protect against him like in pass coverage? And how do you?
Yeah, it's always a delicate balance. Ideally, you want to get good pass rush with 4 and be able to play the coverages you like. But sometimes with these mobile quarterbacks, that's not always possible. You may have to add a guy or two and play. But, yeah, he's mobile still, really playing good, and it'll be a challenge. It'll be very similar to what we just had a couple days ago.
How do you assess Darius's season? He's been in and out with some injuries in game and obviously missed some. How's it affected him in his performance?
I don't think it's affected him a whole lot. Thought he played good the other day. He did get beat on the one, but ended up making some real critical plays for us throughout the game. So I think his play's been good.
Are there any concerns and against the Ravens, they had that last drive with Lamar Jackson getting down there. And then against this last game with the Carolina Panthers, they also got it with Leggett if he caught that ball. Is there any concerns about the late game defense that are occurring concerns that?
Yeah, I mean, it's always, the game changes in those situations. The offense has become more aggressive. They got nothing to lose mentality. And we got you got to go 4 and out, not 3 and out, or get a takeaway. And we need to do better.
With Quinion, it seems like teams just don't target him very much. Is that surprising at all to you, knowing that he's a rookie?
A lot of times it's due to the coverage we're playing too, where the quarterback his reads take him other places. But Quinion's been playing very well from day one and very, very pleased with him.
CJ had that big hit early in the game. What's that do for the defense?
Number one, it got us off the field because it was 3rd down. But anytime you can get a big hit, it jacks people up.
How much have you had to alter the way you coach those types of situations in terms of hitting, because it's different in terms you can't lead with your helmet, you can't even hit a certain way versus when you first started coaching. How has that changed, and how few are those opportunities for second?
Yeah, we're always looking to teach that, and anytime we see it on tape, we show it to the players. This is how you can do it. This is not how you can do it, and keep trying to drive that point home. And he did a good job on that play. That was a big hit. That was 100% legal. Kudos to the officiating to not fall to a big hit and just automatically throw a flag. There was, I know this is a few years ago, but when I was at San Francisco, we had a couple big hitting safeties. And they got flagged like 6 or 7 times for wrong hits, unnecessary roughness, and every one of them came back as bad calls. So I think the officiating has improved in that area.
Guys talked in training camp about how you showed the reel of the hits that are, clean hits, but, on the edge, I guess hard hits still. Does CJ's make that reel for next summer?
Yeah, it possibly could.
How did Tristan hold up?
Good. He missed a couple tackles that I think he can make. But overall, he did a good job.
Then if Pickens is back, is he one of the most dangerous receivers you face?
Yeah, he's because a lot of his catches are down the field, and he's really good at those throws, and he's also good catching short and running after the catch. Yeah, he's one of the top receivers in the league for sure.
How did you feel overall about the performance against the Panthers? And do you feel like you guys are still an ascending defense? I mean, do you believe that can be the case?
We definitely could have played better, but I do think Carolina deserves credit for making the game the way it was. You know, they got a bunch of 4, 5, 6, 7-yard runs against us, which is what they do well. That's a really good back. So I do think the negative part of that game, you have to give Carolina some credit for it. And they've been playing very, very well lately, as you guys, if you've noticed. So, yeah, definitely we could have played better, should have played better, but I do think you don't want to make light of the good things Carolina was doing and is doing.
Adam Thielen seemed to be a
pretty good test.
What's that?
Adam Thielen seemed to be a pretty good test for, you know, young secondary, especially Cooper DeJean. How do you think he held up and, you know, when he was assigned to Thielen?
Well, he gave up the wheel route, which, you know, we had emphasized, so that's a good learning experience for him. I thought overall he did okay. You know, all the balls he caught weren't on Cooper. So it's the NFL, and, you know, you need learning experiences, and luckily he got a few in a W.
How much of the evasiveness, especially late, was maybe stress on a 3-man rotation for the edge rushers?
Just, you know, because, you know, in that last drive when they're going no huddle and going real fast, you know, that's when it could happen, whether you're, you know, having 3 or 4, because sometimes you can't sub, you know, it's hard to get them in and out. So, but overall, I don't think it was a problem.
As you're looking at playing time distribution, is your focus more on the volume or the percentage?
Well, how does one go without the other?
Meaning like the total number of snaps they're playing, or?
Yeah, I think most of that depends on the flow of the game. You know, if we only had 8 series in that game, and if a bunch of them are 10, 12 play series, your rep count's going to look different than if you are having 3 and outs, you know, 5 play series, 6 play series, 4. So the flow of the game will dictate a lot of that.
So in the case of someone like Jalen Carter, are you going into a game expecting him to play X amount of snaps, or is it just based on the percentage at that point?
It's based on the flow of the game.
Did you feel like their one touchdown was a pick play? And if so, how do you coach that? What do you tell your players if you thought they were picked?
Well, we should have played that better. You know, that was a disappointing play in that ended up being a 7-point play. We should have played that way better than we did.
You play it better, just go try to go up front. Or
Yeah, we just got to play it better. We should have played that play better. There was, and to answer your question, there was no pick.
We talked about Zack Bon since.
What's that?
Zack Bon, since early when you kind of looked at him and said, you think he could be an all-fall linebacker. Going all the way back to when you started with that, did you envision these type of instincts that he has to play that position?
You know, I never want to put a limit on a guy. I do think when I watched him that he displayed some instincts, which is a big part of the equation in evaluating an off-the-ball linebacker. So I thought he had him. But he's done very well in that area, and that's why he's playing good.
Where does this season rank up with some of the off-ball linebackers you've had, and you've had some good ones?
Yeah, like I said, I don't like to compare people because somebody ends up feeling slighted. And I still have a lot of respect for the guys I've coached, even though they're not playing anymore, some of the ones you're alluding to. But Zach's playing really good, and we're thrilled to have him.
How do you feel about the cameras in the coaching booth?
Yeah, I don't like them. But first off, who the hell wants to look at my face when it's right there, you know? It's I don't like them.
All right.
All right. Thanks, guys.